Afternoon, everyone. Audio works, good. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I'm going to talk a little bit today about business intelligence, particularly from an LMS reporting context. And a few of the topic areas I'll briefly touch on today will include reviewing what business intelligence is, what it really means. We'll also have a look at the purpose of business intelligence in the L&D space, so how L&D can contribute towards business intelligence data and results. We'll have a look at some of the BI metrics that maybe you should expect from an LMS for the future, and compare some of those benefits of standard reports versus business intelligence data in a little bit more detail. My name's Stephen Miller. I'm with Absorb. I'm the sales director at Absorb. And just a brief introduction, we're at Stand 21. We are an LMS provider who focus on building a best-of-breed LMS. We've got 15 odd years experience of building LMSs, including obviously reporting capabilities. So this is where we've taken much of the inspiration from in terms of today's session, that I'm going to cover off a few aspects regarding LMS reports. So first and foremost, what is BI? What is business intelligence? It's a little bit of a confusing space. There's a lot of thoughts and theories in terms of what BI really is. Is it relevant for me as an individual? Is it relevant for my organization? Do I have enough data? When do I know if business intelligence is something that I need to be reviewing and is fit for purpose for my organization? So we've carried out a little bit of research and just want to try and, as succinctly as possible, give you an idea of what BI really means. So Best Buy, a business intelligence review authority, provided a few quotes from a number of industry experts in the business intelligence field. Now, these are fairly generic indicators of what business intelligence is. It's a little bit wordy, but obviously you can read through and make your own conclusion from this assessment from Pat Roche in terms of what business intelligence is. But the key point there is indicating that it's an analysis of historical data from multiple sources, enabling informed decision making regarding business outcomes. And that's a key theme that we're going to focus on over the next 10-15 minutes or so. Another review came from OLAP, the leading analytic and processing and BI analytics software company. And again, their own thought on business intelligence. The term BI refers to technologies, applications, practices for the collection, integration, analysis and presentation of business information. I've highlighted the key point below, which I think is much more succinct. The purpose of BI is to support better decision making. So ultimately what we're talking about here is grabbing all of those data points which are within your organization and being able to present that in a coherent, succinct fashion to be able to make informed business decisions that ultimately affect your organization. Business intelligence has been used successfully across many different industries and businesses. We'll have a look shortly at within the L&D space, but as an initial case study, an example here of Boeing Research and Technology, they, across their particular department of 3,000 odd employees, saw a massive hole in the way that they collate, gather information, data entry into various systems across the organization was dissipated and fractured. Some reports were taking up to 40 days to generate based on pulling information from various different sources. So they really needed to find a way to be able to pull and collate all of that information together. Working with an organization such as Dundas BI, analytics firm, they were able to see numerous results in terms of implementing a BI strategy. Some of those key advantages you'll see on your screen of what BI can really offer organizations. Improving speed of data delivery, so getting point of need data and information quickly and easily from your various systems, not having to traipse through, search through various Excel reports, various different systems for the important data critical for your organization. Ease of implementation. Often BI will come with the stigma of being a beast of a solution to be able to implement within the workspace, whereas actually it can be quite streamlined and doesn't take up precious IT resources. Again, this is all helping to push back to that return on investment that you're focusing on from a business intelligence perspective. But it also comes with flexibility and also the quality of data as well. So again, this refers back to the point that business intelligence is all about getting quality data from various sources and being able to provide actionable results from those data sources. So BI clearly works within various industries. It's a very popular strategy that's being implemented at the moment. So where does L&D fit within business intelligence? And most critically, where can the LMS contribute towards business intelligence data? So a key question to ask, does your LMS provide you with the reports that you need to make informed decisions about your business? So not just the L&D function, but are you contributing towards the business in terms of key strategic focus? And we see a lot of L&D clients now are under increasing pressure to perform as a department, as an organisation, and provide a change to the business strategy based on the learning that they are implementing throughout the organisation. So what I wanted to do is to quickly compare and contrast reporting capability of what we would consider maybe some standard reports within the LMS, and where BI can start to enhance the L&D offering. So reporting in the BI sense will show you what's happened so far, and it will show you what the status is. And that's in keeping with what we consider is true for most LMS reports. I'm able to see who's compliant, who's completed training. And again, some of the most popular reports you will all be familiar with that you would expect to find in an LMS. I've actually sourced here from Christopher Pappas in one of his blog posts. You would expect to find these as the norm in terms of reporting capability. But how are these actually impacting the business and the bottom line? And that is something we need to review in a little bit more detail. Where are LMS reports heading in the future? So this is again where business intelligence starts to cross over slightly. So as previously we're looking at what's happened in the past and we're looking at a status, whereas with business intelligence we're actually starting to understand why things have happened. We're also starting to look at how we can improve business performance in the future. So we're taking those reports a step further and actually having an impact on the organisation. So I've referenced another Christopher Pappas article here actually, where he's not so much talking about reports, but more about metrics. So this is much more along the lines of business intelligence and how we're starting to gather data and information that's actually having an impact on the business and on the organisation. So course progress and completion, as a header, sounds quite rudimentary and quite simple, but actually, where can I gather all of the relevant information associated with course progress and completion, and not just in several different reports and several different tabs and line items? Online learner proficiency. Again, our individual learners will have a full scale of training curricula that they're attending, they're completing. I need to get actionable data on their progress and how they're progressing. Are they compliant? And if they're not, how is it affecting the business? So it's not just a numbers game anymore. Evaluation ratings, and obviously e-learning ROI. So this is an increasingly critical point. So how can an L&D function prove a return on investment, not just their investment into an LMS or their learning strategy, but how can they essentially prove their worth to the organisation? How are they adding value to the organisation? So this is where metrics of a different level and business intelligence, the deep reporting, can provide you with some really robust data to go back to the business to be able to take that case a step further. And Christopher's final point on custom LMS metrics criteria. So there's a lot of providers that will start to allow you to create totally custom reports. What does that really mean? That's quite an open definition. And I think business intelligence demands a step further than just custom reporting capability. So we'll have a look at that again in a bit more detail. We saw these challenges across our client base as well. So we spoke to our clients, and particularly administrators and stakeholders. We wanted to find out more about their reporting challenges in particular. What which data elements can they not extract from the system, which isn't so easy and succinct to pull, and where is data missing from the LMS. The first point that they raised was the access to the data. So really drilling down to all of those data points that the LMS is capturing and bringing that together in a coherent and succinct custom report with a unique layout. Our clients were clamoring for not just that custom report capability, but the unique layout, somewhere that pulls all of that data together in a view that's totally bespoke for my business needs. Not that's a custom report, but is still fairly generic. It's branded, even branded for my requirements as well. So we noticed this expansion, this move from standard reports through to something that was bespoke for an organization, for our clients' own needs and demands. So we came up with our own definition of BI, certainly in an LMS context. And we feel this is really true for LMS reports and LMS metrics and gathering that sort of information from a platform. So when you think about the data in an LMS, every choice that you make, it should be informed. Every action should be measurable. The data's there. We should be able to report on it. So we recognise that your business is unique and comes with your own unique specific reporting needs. And again, there is a key point there in your business needs and your specific reports. And again, though they may be niche, no one can argue they're important in the context of your own e-learning strategy, and more than that, your own business strategy. So we partnered with Dundas BI. So we took advanced reporting to the next level. We integrated with a business intelligence analytics software tool. And what we're able to do is to consult with clients, find out their business goals, their challenges, and provide unique business intelligence-led reports that's extracting all of this important data from the LMS. What does it allow our clients to do? Create highly customizable dashboards. So these are, again, totally bespoke, even branded to the client's specific requirements. Automated report generation, which again, on the face of it, sounds like the norm, but to be able to slice and dice easily and efficiently through all of this data is absolutely important. And don't worry, I will be showing you some examples in a moment. User interactivity is key as well. That's a key ethos for us as a platform provider. But it should be the case not just for learners, but for administrators to quickly and easily pull the right data from the system and not have to spend several days on end collating information, using date ranges and whatever they have to from a reporting perspective. An example of recent LMS activity, case in point. So this is an example dashboard that has been put together for a client specific to their requirements to be able to pull in all of the data points that are unique for their business needs. So we're pulling in several data points here on number of users, frequency of logins. I can start to see trends with enrollments, with completions, and each one of these points allows me to drill down further into more information. A step further to that, individual activity overview, and again, now we're starting to really drill down into the analytics, the data that's within the system that previously we'd have to drag out of the LMS, maybe combine with some other metrics. We're now able to present this to clients under their own brands, and again, the metrics to be able to quickly and easily filter through all of these data points, to be able to save preferred reports, call on those at any time almost instantly. So again, we're taking away the headache of that key information that's been able to identify those trends which are occurring as part of our learning plans. Some more examples here in terms of completion. So we're looking at overall completion. We're looking by department. And again, it's not just a linear format. What we're able to do is present this in a way combining with other data sources within the organization's software remit that's, again, been able to provide them with actionable data on screen instantly without having to export data accordingly. But this goes a step further from just internal training capability. There are many providers of e-learning, e-commerce functions within the LMS. selling our training courses to external providers from within the LMS. One of our clients really wanted to identify the metrics, again, the trends in terms of sales, peaks and troughs, and starting to develop analytics where they can forecast what's going to happen based on the activity within the LMS. They were then able to take that to their stakeholders in the organization and to say, the data that we're capturing within our LMS is showing us the trends that are coming over the next 6 months. We can start to build plan our training capability accordingly based on the trends that our LMS is providing us. There's no other data that's being fed into the system. All of this is coming from the LMS, and it's able to project those trends for us. But as I mentioned, it's got to be super easy to use. Whilst we will provide standard reports of a customized format, every individual element has got to be customizable for the client so that they can, as per this demo, be able to quickly filter through key metrics to provide that key ROI data and the key analytics that they're looking for. And again, this enables L&D functions, organizations to be able to report back to the business, stakeholders, and to be able to provide trends and insights in terms of what's happening from a training environment, whether that's internal or external. All of that can be tracked and monitored within the LMS. How is this achieved? How is this configured? We consult with our clients. We work with you in terms of your business goals, what you're looking to achieve, what are those key metrics that you're measuring, not just from an L&D level, but from a business organizational level as well. What are those key points that you're measuring? And then we will work with you in building those customized reports. Some of the benefits that our clients are starting to see from having BI reports enabled, and again, it's just that step further from standardized reports. We've mentioned the multi-tenanted approach, which for us means ease of deployment. So there's no data lag in terms of building reports. It's instant reports unique for your needs. Time saved. The reports are pre-configured, but furthermore, you can drill down quickly and easily in your own time. The customized dashboards has been hugely popular to allow clients to reimagine ways in which their data can be presented, but also has to be presented. They're not constrained by the standard dashboards which are presented to them. They can have something totally bespoke, unique for their needs, and indeed reimagined. It gives L&D functions the opportunity to discover data sets and data trends that they didn't think existed within an LMS and was able to be reported on a learning function. The biggest hit that we're finding at the moment is to be able to prove ROI, tracking ROI, not just in terms of investment into training strategy, so your investment into the LMS and your training content. Through the business analytics data, we're able to track a much more accurate ROI on that investment, but also in terms of the business operation. How is training and learning impacting the business? Bottom line, from a monetary perspective, but also because our workforce are more skilled, more enabled, or maybe because they're not completing training, we're starting to see a trend in terms of bottom line figures. All of that data should and can now be presented from within the LMS to support business growth. So that's an overall view of where we see business intelligence impacting LMS and the L&D function. As I mentioned, we're more than happy to talk about business intelligence and how it can operate within an LMS environment. Please pop over to our stand to have a chat in a little bit more detail, and I'm happy to provide some more information on BI and case studies in due course. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you.